Let's see what we got here. Oh man, that's not it, but I go through those pretty quickly now. All right, let's see. No, that's nighttime. I should probably get that out of the truck anyway. Was allergy relief. Yes. Hello, Journey friends. Welcome back to this week's Along the Journey. As you can hear, maybe as you can see, I'm not feeling great this week. I think I've got a case of pollinitis, like so many of you at this time of year. Congestion and scratchy throat and all of those good things, but I take some medication and I'll feel better. But I will tell you, I was tempted not to make the video, to go ahead and skip a week until next week, maybe catch up. But I started looking at the material and I realized that this week we're looking at our home as a hospital. What better week to go ahead and go along the journey with you. A hospital where broken physical needs are mended, where we go when we're ill or sick and we're made whole again to be sent back out into the world. Well, you know, last week we looked at our homes when it comes to our children as a school, a place that we are the primary teachers and the home is our classroom. Yeah, this week we're looking at the home as a hospital. Not so much for the physical needs, but for the emotional, the mental, the spiritual brokenness that our children experience. Sometimes that brokenness is isolated. Maybe the dog dies and we need to come around our child for that, but it'll soon be on to something else. Sometimes it's chronic. Maybe our child is being bullied at school over and over and over and it just never stops. Well, they tend to look several places for somebody and something to heal them. They can look to the world. They can look to their friends. They can self-medicate. But God's plan is for parents to be the primary physicians in their children's lives, and that the home is the safest, best place that a child can receive that healing from their brokenness in order to be sent out into the world, to be sent out of the nest as a whole, healed person. That's right. This week we're in the Blue Year, Section 6, Unit 2. The home is a hospital, or the home is a small private clinic for which the parent is the primary physician to their child and provides the very best care to meet the spiritual, emotional, mental needs of the child. As you look at this material, 3 key areas that I would encourage you to emphasize this week. Number 1, just like last week, these 4 principles of what really makes this a hospital analogy. Number 1, the primary physician is the parent. The parent is to provide an environment, a space for which the child is encouraged to bring their hurts and their disappointments, their frustrations, their broken hearts to you. That they know that they will get the healing touch that they so desire. And you know, parents, if you don't assume this role as physician to your children, then they will look to be healed elsewhere. They will look to their friends or to the world or just discovering themselves, and often that leads to the counterfeit glory that they think is truly healing them, and it's only temporary fixes. So the primary physician in your house as the parent. Number 2 principle, the physician, parent, you are always on call. Now you may know that and you may think about that, but as a physician, the on-call aspect is that you're being intentional and being aware and observant of your children's needs. That you're taking time to have a well check with your child. How are you doing in all these facets of your life, of your whole being? They need you. They want you. Make time for them. Be on call. That's the opportunity for which you have to share God's love and let them know how important it is to you. So you're always on call. Number 3, there are 2 prescriptions that we like to think about with the home as a hospital. The first prescription is God's divine love, and the second is the parent's love. Now, God's love is given to the children, but you are the conduit even in that. The way you live your life in obedience to God, the way you demonstrate His love is allowing them to experience God's love as well, particularly as they're younger. The way that you help them pray and stand and bow before God is enabling them to experience the medication, the prescription of God's divine love. And then secondly, the parental love. Do you hug them? Do you touch them? Do you tell them you love them? That's the love that they so desperately need. It's a loving word. It's an encouraging word. It's verbally expressing, I love you, I'm proud of you. And then living in a way, demonstrating that to them as you continue in your parenting physician role. And the fourth principle is that as a physician, you need to be professionally qualified. You need to be certified. Okay, now wherever you are, that's okay, but how are you going to move forward in your certifications as a physician to your child? And really, the aspect there is that you're going to live in the power of the Holy Spirit. That the Holy Spirit, through His fruit, and living those fruit out, Galatians 5, 22, 23, love, joy, peace, patience, faithfulness, kindness, all the way through, living those out is what continues to qualify you to be their physician. That you are the model, and you want to continue to grow in that. And there's other ways you can do that as well. You can become more qualified through intentional training, through parenting seminars, through parenting studies, through books, through being around good physician parents, observing, asking questions, always looking to grow in this area. Your children are dependent upon that. All right, so that's the first. The number two is in the equipping section. The second question, I really like this question that helps you reflect. The home you were raised in, when you think about its function as a hospital for your heart and your soul, did your home help you find wholeness in those areas? Or did your home pass on the brokenness to something or someone else? Journal about that, reflect on that, share that, and then think about the ways that you would want to continue some of the same methods and principles that you were taught in your home, or that you want to be different than that. So really it's a home of origin, family of origin question, an opportunity to reflect, to be grateful to your parents who were obedient in this area, who took wonderful care of you. And then also to offer up prayers of forgiveness for those that may have disappointed you in this area, and prayers that you would not do the same with your children. And then the third and final, and we don't spend a lot of time talking on here about the mission section, but I love the form. Whether you just think about it, talk through it, or actually fill it out, it's the missional form that allows you to pray over a divine interaction in your life or divine relationship that God has ordained and orchestrated with someone who is not yet a believer or a follower of Jesus. And to be purposeful about that. What is your spiritual assessment of that situation in the relationship? What are you most concerned about? What are you praying over for this individual or individuals? What have you done so far? And then what with God's wisdom and your discernment, where is He leading you in that relationship to share or to show? Great way to sort of move toward the conclusion of this blue year with missional thought. Well, all parents and non-parents, I'm hopeful that this week is enlightening, that it's encouraging, and that we all look to provide care in our home, in our closest relationships, to one another in the way that God would care for us. And I do pray you a very healthy week along the journey. Blessings, friends.